Welcome back, I'm Andreas Chatt, your tech-curious web designer. In this video, we will add an author to our post, we create user profile pages, implement the user delete function, and also add some user authorization to our site. So a lot of things to get through, so without further ado, let's get started. First, let's add our author property to our post model class. So let's go to our models.py file, inside posts, models.py. Here we have the post class, and here let's add the author equals models dot, and now we link the post with the author. Each post only has one author, and in Django we use the foreign key for this relationship. So we write foreign key, and this foreign key is using as first parameter the table name it is connecting to. So we connect here to the user table, so user, comma, let's import this user class. So we add from Django contrib auth models import user. Then we add a few more properties. So one is on underscore delete equals, so when the author is deleted, I want the post still to remain. So we write models.set underscore null. So if the author is deleted, this author property will have the value of null. Then we have the parameter null is true. So this is saying that null can be a value of this field. And then we also add the parameter related name. So comma related name equals posts. So what this means is that in our user table, Django creates now another property called posts. And this post property has access to all the posts which have this user as the foreign key. Again, a bit of Django magic. Now we have to do a migration to the server because we added a new property to our model class. So shut down the server, Ctrl C, Python manage.py make migrations, Python manage.py migrate, and Python manage.py run server. Now let's go to our admin panel and let's assign the latest post to user 1. I open a new tab again, /admin. I'm at the moment logged in as user 1, but we have to log in as admin, so admin. So I go to the posts. This is the latest one. And here we have the author field. I select user 1 as the author and save the post. So let's add now the author to our post. So in templates, posts, let's go to post.html. And here we can find the author of this post. So let's write post.author. So this is now connected to the user table, but we would like to have the real name here. So we have to write .profile. Now I'm accessing the profile table and there I have the real name. So .real name. Here we have the username. So post.author.username. And here we have the avatar. Let's change the to. So post.author. So the avatar image is in the profile table. So .profile.image.url. Save this file. Let's have a look at the website. Refresh. Here we can see this post now has an author. It shows the author image, the name and the username. If we look at the next post, because this post doesn't have an author assigned to it, we're missing data here. So now let's assign an author to this post, but we don't provide any profile information. Let's see how we deal with that case. First, let's add a default avatar image. We can do this in the profile model class. So let's go to our models.py. We go to the users folder and here models.py. We can add here a function which acts like a property. So we write it like that. So this function has a add property line on top. This is called a decorator, and it basically makes this function act like a property of the class profile. So here in this function we have a try except block, which basically tries to execute a specific line of code, and if it fails, it will run the exception code. In this case, we try to access the image property, and if that fails, if the image property is empty, it will instead show a default avatar image, which we have saved in our images folder. If you go to static here, images, we have here the avatar underscore default.svg file. Let's import now this static function to this file. Up here, we add from Django template tags static import static. So save this file. So in our post.html, instead of writing here image.url, we can just write avatar, as this avatar uses here the image.url method already. Let's save this file. Let's check it out now. We create an empty profile for user number 2 and let's assign a post to it. We select this post. Let's assign this post to user 2. So save. Now let's create an empty profile. Add profile. We have to fill out the email. So user2@email.com. So save. Refresh the page. As we can see here, this is our default avatar image. It is taking the static image from the images folder. This is the real name. We kept it blank in the database, so it displays as none. Let's display here the username instead if no name is provided. So let's go back to our post model class. We add here now another dynamic property with the property decorator, and this time we handle the real name. So if the real name exists, we display the real name. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, we display the user's username. As we can see here, the if and else statement is providing us the same functionality as the try and except block. They just handle it differently. In the if and else statement, you have to test a condition if it's true or false. With the try and except block, on the other hand, we test if a code raises an error, so it can catch specific database errors, and we can handle exceptions accordingly. So now in our template, let's use this name property. So save this file, go back to post.html, and instead of real name, we change it to name. Let's go back to the website and check it out. Refresh. As we can see here, it changed to the username now. Now let's look at another case where the post doesn't have a user. So for example, if the user uploaded a post but then deleted the account. For example, this post here. This post is not connected to any author. So we should display here default information. Let's go to the post.html file. So we can add here conditional. If post.author, that means if the post.author exists, we display this element, else we display this one, and we close it with end if. So what I'm displaying here is just the default avatar image, and I'm also writing no author. So save this, let's check it out. Refresh. So we got here an error, and as you see, did you forget to register or load this tag? We forgot to load the static tag. Let's do that now. At the very top of the page, we add load static. Save. Refresh the page. And there we go. We display here now the default avatar image and no author. Now let's sort out the header bar. We have here a broken avatar image because the admin doesn't have a profile assigned to it. Let's log out and sign in as a different user. If I log in as user2 at email.com, I get here an error message because it's trying to access the image URL here, but our users2 profile doesn't have an image URL. So let's change this to the avatar property. So let's go back to the header.html, which is includes header.html. Here it is using the profile.image.url, and we change this to avatar. Let's also display the name here instead of the username. User.profile.name. Save. Refresh. Great, that works now. Let's also update the profile page, as we will get the same error there as well, because I can't find the image. So in templates, users, profile, we change this to avatar, and we change this one here to name. Save. The same goes for the profile edit page. Avatar and name. Refresh the page. There we go. The page is up now. So I'm going to add now here some default text for location and bio as well. So back to the profile.html. So we can add here if profile.location. So if you have information for the location, display the location, else we write planet Earth. And if. The same we can do for the bio. So if profile.bio, if profile.bio exists, display the bio, else professional procrastinator, and if. Save. Let's check it out. There we go. So this is hopefully now enticing the user to update their profile page. or they are procrastinator and do it later or never. Okay, great. Now let's link up these posts to the user profile pages. So if I click on here, I would like to go to this user's profile page. At the moment we only have the profile page of the logged in user. So let's upgrade this view. So let's go to post.html. So here we have a link. Let's link it to the profile page. So URL, we have to create a new path. So user profile, and we send through the post.author.username. Save. Let's create this path now. In our core urls.py, we have here our profile. Let's copy this path and create a new one. And instead of profile here, I would like to create a path with the username. So we add here username. We will use the same profile view in the backend. And the name of the path is user profile. Save. So to avoid conflicts when users sign up with certain usernames like profile, let's create a username blacklist in our settings file. So let's go to the settings.py file and let's add at the very bottom this variable account username blacklist, and in this array we can list all the names we would like to exclude. So I will add here admin, accounts, profile, category, post. So users are not allowed to use those names as usernames. Okay, save this file. So let's go to the views.py file. Here we have the profile view, and we have to add an additional parameter here. So comma, the username equals none. So let's add the conditional here. So if username, so if there is a username, we are showing a user profile. So profile equals, we're using here the get object of for function, get object or for. Let's include it at the top. This is from Django shortcuts import this function. Here we access the user table. So username equals username. So we're matching the data we are receiving with the username in the user table. And to get the profile, we have to add dot profile. Now we are requesting the profile object. Okay, that's done. Else. So if there is a username, we're displaying the profile page of that user. And if there is no username, we are dealing here with the logged in user and showing the logged in user's profile. We also have to import the user class here. So from Django contrib auth models import the user. Save this file. Let's check it out. Refresh the page. Let's click on the author. We are now on the user1 profile page. Nice. Let's check it out now with user1. So log out. Log in as user1. And we click on user2. And now we are on the users2 profile page. Great. So let's quickly check out our profile page. So my profile. And everything works. We went to /profile. Now, if I log out and I will go to the /profile, I will get this error message because a logged out user doesn't have access to the profile page. So we need to display here a 404 page. So let's do that. Let's go to our views.py file. And in here, where we display our profile page, we say try. So try first to display this profile page. And if we get an error here, we add an except. And we say show our 404 page. So we say raise HTTP 404. This is a function which displays our 404 page if there is an error. Let's include now this function at the top. So from Django.http import HTTP 404. Save. Let's check it out. Refresh the page. And we get our 404 page. Wonderful. That works now as intended. Now let's add the functionality to actually delete a user. So if the user decides to leave this platform, we delete this user in the user table and we'll also delete his profile page as they are linked with Cascade. So let's write this delete function. Let's go to the views.py file. In the users folder, at the end here, we add def profile delete view request colon, then we render first the page, return render request comma, then we add a template a underscore users slash profile underscore delete.html. Save. We copy the name. We create this page now. So in templates, in the users folder, we add a new file. There we go. We add the markup. We extend from the C layout. Let's grab the code for this page from GitHub. github.com/andyjudd/awesome. There we have profile delete. Copy the code. And paste. On this page we have a post form here. So we need to include the CSRF token. And we also add the HTTP referral link. So this is the cancel link. Save. Let's add now the path. So the path goes to profile/delete. It takes in our view and the name of the URL is profile-delete. Save this file. And we add this link on our edit profile page. So we have it here, profile edit. And here is the delete profile link. So we add it here. Profile-delete. Save. Let's check out this page. Let's log in. user2@email.com. We go to the edit profile page. And here we have the delete profile link. So we click on it. And this is the page we just created. So let's add now the functionality to our view. So in views.py, we say if request.method equals post. So first we check if it's really coming from a post request. If this is the case, let's log out this user first. So we say log out, and in parentheses we write request. So this will first log out the user. So we have to import this function. So on top we add from django.contrib.auth import logout. So once the user is logged out, we can delete the user object. But first we have to store the user object in a variable so we can access it now. So let's add here user equals request.user. So here we store the object of the logged in user first, then we log the user out, and then we delete the user. So user.delete. So in this step now, we delete the user object from the database. Let's display afterwards a message so the person knows that his user account was deleted. So we can add this line which shows a success message, and the message says account deleted, what a pity. Let's import the messages package. So from contrib import messages. All right. And the last step would be to redirect this person now to the home page. So we write return redirect to home. Okay, save this file. Back to the website and let's do a test. Refresh. Okay. Let's delete user 2. And it worked. Account deleted. What a pity. Now let's do a test. Let's recreate this user 2 again and create a new post. So user2 at email.com, user2, then the password. Then we create now manually a profile for this user. In the next video, we will see how this is done automatically with signals. Let's go to the admin panel. Admin. We go to profiles. We create a new profile and choose user2, email, save. Okay, now we can refresh the page. We are again logged in as the admin, so let's log out and log in again. User2 at email.com. Now let's create a new post for this user. Here we're missing one more step. We have to include also the author when we create a post. So let's do that now. Let's go to the post create view. So in posts views, we have here the post create view. And when we save the post to the database, we also have to add the author. So we can add here post.author equals request.user and save this file. Refresh the page. Let's find an image on Flickr. Let's select this gentleman here. Copy. paste the URL, add a caption, happy days. We select people and black and white, submit post, and there we have the post. Let's add some information to our profile. So edit profile, let's upload an avatar. There we go. Let's call this user Jojo. There we go. Submit. Let's go back to the home page. And the user and avatar updated here as well. Nice. So as last thing for this video, I would like to touch on some privacy settings. So for example, I could delete this post at the moment, which I should not have access to because this is not my post. So we have to say only display this page when the logged in user is also the author of this post. So let's add this condition now in our post.html file. So in here, we go to our edit and delete links. There we go. So here we say if user.is authenticated, and so if the user is logged in and user equals post.author, so the user has to be logged in and the user has to be the author of the post as well. If this is the case, show the edit and delete link. And if. Save. Now this will just hide the links. We also need to add some protection in the backend so the user can't really access this page at all. So let's go to our views.py file, in posts, views.py, and here in the post delete function we can add an additional parameter so the logged in user can only delete his own posts, otherwise there will be a 404 page. So we add here comma author equals request.user. So when we're trying to get this post object from a database, we're finding it by the ID number, but we also say here only get this post if the logged in user is the author as well. Otherwise it will show a page not found. Let's prepend also the login required decorator. So add login required, that means we can access this function only if the user is logged in. Otherwise, he will also be redirected to a 404 page. So let's import this decorator as well. So at the top, we insert from Django contrib auth decorators, we import the login required. So let's add now this login required also on all the other functions which needs the user to be logged in. So home view is fine. The post create view needs a login required. Post delete, also the post edit view. Here again we add the author parameter as well. Only the author can actually edit the post. Okay, save this file. The same goes now for the edit profile page. So let's go to the views.py in the users folder. We have the profile edit view, which needs a login required. We have to import this decorator in this file. There we go. And we also have to add this decorator on the profile delete view. Alright, let's save this file now. Let's go back to the website. So if I refresh this page now, I get a 404 page because I was not the author of this post. Let's go back to the home page. I'm logged in as Jojo, so I can edit and delete this post, but I cannot delete this post. So great, that's all for today. In the next video, we will look into signals, which will help us create profile pages when the user signs up. Thanks for watching, I will see you then.